Welcome to the North Allegheny Sports Network, here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can follow the NA Tigers all season long and into the postseason on the North Allegheny Sports Network by logging on to www.northallegheny.org or by going to tribhssn.triblive.com. And now for all the action of today's Tigers contest, let's go out to the voice of the North Allegheny Sports Network, Randy Gore.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to North Allegheny High School. As tonight on the North Allegheny Sports Network and our partners of the Trib Live High School Sports Network, it is North Allegheny Water Polo on the air tonight as the NA Tigers welcome in the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. I'm Randy Gore along with Corky Semler for tonight's broadcast, girls and boys doubleheader. And the North Allegheny girls currently 6-5 on the season. And coming off a 2-2 effort at the Beast of the East tournament, defeated Lawrenceville 12-8 and Central York 11-4. The two losses to Archbishop Spalding 10-2, and then matching up with Lawrenceville again, but falling in that one 10-3. But always top quality opponents at that Beast of the East tournament. So North Allegheny split efforts out of the four games, and now looking to continue to improve as the season goes along here against Cathedral Prep.
Yeah, as you said, the Beast of the East, it's all the best water polo teams literally on the eastern seaboard. Most of them Pennsylvania teams, but some teams down from Connecticut and New Jersey and Maryland and a lot of them prep teams. And so they hit some very tough competition. It doesn't appear at this point, and I'm not trying to be demeaning in any way, it doesn't look like our girls team is a top three team at states this year. But I really believe that they have the talent and the work ethic and the coaching to perhaps challenge for a top 5 or top 6 spot, which I'm thinking is probably a fairly good goal for these girls. And if they can get that result, that would be a result that many teams in the state would gladly trade for.
And North Allegheny last year, 12-9 in girls play, 6th place at the state championship. The Tigers have posted 4 consecutive winning seasons, so trying to continue that run of success as well, and have won the conference title in recent years, 2 out of the last 3 seasons, as they face off against another Western foe in Cathedral Prep. Cathedral Prep becoming a co-ed school last school year for the first time in school history. Previously, this group was known as Villa Maria, but the Erie Catholic Diocese closed Villa Maria following the 2021-2022 school year. And Cathedral Prep so far this season, according to the Prep website, they are 3-7 overall are the girls. They have lost 3 in a row, including a 15-7 loss to Lawrenceville at the Beast of the East tournament. So they also participated in that excellent tournament over the weekend. So we are just about set, and in fact the whistle blows and we are underway. Here we go. So this is our second broadcast of water polo this year here from North Allegheny, and our pleasure to continue a trend that started during the COVID years. See, there are some good things that came about from COVID, as the opening shot for Cathedral Prep hits the crossbar for Mackenzie DePlacido and ricochets out, and North Allegheny will have possession.
At first glance, it appears as though Cathedral Prep has some speed on their side. They won the sprint easily to the middle of the pool to get the ball, had first possession. And if that happens 4 times in 4 quarters, that's 4 extra possessions they get. And that can be valuable in a game that could be closely contested. The disadvantage is it appears as though they only have 7 healthy athletes today, which means every one of their girls is going to be in the water the entire time. So that's going to wear as the game goes on, and we'll see how their conditioning is. They seem to be liking to shoot from the outside so far. Just missed a second shot straight over. So we'll see how the game unfolds as we go.
Yeah, that was DePlacido again who put a shot over the crossbar this time. And so with only 7 healthy players, Cathedral Prep will not have anybody to substitute. You look over at the bench area from our perspective, and nothing but white seats with the exception of the coaching staff. North Allegheny working the ball along the outside.
They have a man up right now. There was a foul in the hole, missed shot in the middle. Their ejected player will now come back in. The ejected player was number 15.
That was DePlacido.
Mackenzie DePlacido, one of their seniors.
And that shot on net by Jones. There was a rebound opportunity in front for Tiepo, but able to make the save there, Brianne Ryan. Now a chance in front for Cathedral Prep, and a goal just lofted over the North Allegheny keeper. Mia Shaughnessy with the marker, another senior for Cathedral Prep, and the Ramblers take a 1-0 lead, 5:20 to go in the first.
Big, strong girl in the middle. She had her way with the defender and spun and just put the ball right where she wanted to. So that's going to have to be something the North Allegheny defense will have to account for. Perhaps getting some zone. And a turnover. Not sure where that happened, but Ramblers again with the ball.
And Mia Shaughnessy, who scored that last goal for the Ramblers, she is one of the team's top scorers, so certainly one to look out for as she battles down low, trying to gain position. In the meantime, an infraction on North Allegheny allows Cathedral Prep some space. Cardella, pitch and catch between she and Wizakowski. Shot on net, or toward the net, stopped by Izzy Trunzo.
So North Allegheny made an immediate adjustment on defense, dropped off Tori Tiepo. So in effect, their whole set was doubled, and so they had to shoot from the outside, and the shot went wide.
Trunzo plays it forward to Michaela Dosadaiki. Now on to Carissa Jones, who's North Allegheny's top scorer this year. Misses wide left on this shot opportunity. It's still 1-0 Cathedral Prep, and a long pass ahead, but into no man's land as Dosadaiki will get to it and then quickly flip it on back to Trunzo as North Allegheny gets reset.
Their goalie thought she saw a breakaway down middle right side, and the pass either fell short or the defense closed it before that ball got there. In any respect, North Allegheny with the ball.
And another shot that goes just wide, maybe getting a piece of it there, was Brianne Ryan.
Yeah, off the left post.
And Ryan will play it forward up to DePlacido. DePlacido also a member of the track and field team, so she has speed both in the water, by sea and by land. Lob pass to the near side, a little off the mark, but chased down by Savannah Wizakowski. Top ranked point with Cardella, now a whistle.
And Ramblers made an adjustment.
And just before the shot clock's horn sounds, a shot let loose but well wide by Cardella.
And the Ramblers countered what North Allegheny did and brought Mackenzie DePlacido out on the wing instead of in the hole, so they could get her open for a shot from the perimeter, since they were doubling on in the hole set.
North Allegheny 2-0 against Cathedral Prep last year in the head-to-head meetings. This is the first of two meetings this year.
Ejection. North Allegheny has a man up. Yes, it's a girls' game, but it's called man up.
And Carissa Jones.
Carissa eyeing it up.
Just like lacrosse.
Move. Oh.
In terms of the terminology there with man up, just like lacrosse.
Yep, and many other sports. North Allegheny moving the ball well.
And Dosadaiki picks the top right corner, postage stamp goal for Dosadaiki, and North Allegheny ties it. That's her 19th goal of the year, and we are even 1-1 with 2:32 to go in the first.
North Allegheny operating on that man up, moved the ball very effectively across the pool. Left, right, left, right, left, right, score. And the goalie could not keep up with the lateral motion of the ball. North Allegheny very well done on that man up situation.
So Tigers taking advantage of that.
North Allegheny is very strong defense right now, dropping off the ball, concentrating in the on the middle, not allowing any ball to go into the middle. Ramblers forced to take an outside shot, which went wide, high over the goal.
And Trunzo launches one deep for Jones, who ducks under a defender, one-on-one with a goalie, and she scores. Great pass on the assist by Trunzo to start it, and Jones finishes it. Tigers 2-1 with 2:04 to play in the first.
Trunzo's pass, goalie, must have traveled at least 20 yards down the pool and hit Carissa where she could make a move. It was a one-on goal, and she easily put it in over the goalie's head. Nicely done.
Carissa Jones, that's her 43rd goal of the year. Team leader of that category. She was the top returnee in terms of goals scored, and she has continued that. And you expected her to be one of the top scorers, if not the top scorer, after the graduation of Rebecca Melanson, and she has certainly stepped into that role nicely.
And you don't see that happen very often. It appears as though a call was made in the Ramblers' advantage, and the opposite official overruled and gave the ball back to North Allegheny.
So the Tigers have it now. Jones trying to duck under Wizakowski again. Whistle sounds. Now off to Dawson-Ike with the pass. Back to Jones, top right. 1:35 to play in the first. Shot just trickles off the hand of the goalkeeper, Breanne Ryan, and North Allegheny will still have possession.
It's called a 2-meter. The ball is put on the sideline at the 2-meter mark, and it's a free throw into the pass.
And Lily Tang administering the ball off to Dawson-Ike. And then a shot that goes over the crossbar from distance there. Well defended by Kate Patsy, the freshman for Cathedral Prep, but it's now Ramblers' possession.
Interesting defensive strategy there, which turns into an offense on a turnover. Savannah Wachowski left the defensive area and sprinted down the pool. North Allegheny was forced to cover her, and so now it's 5-on-5 rather than 6-on-6. North Allegheny now back with the ball. Corinne trying to make a move, draws an ejection. North Allegheny now has a man up.
57 seconds to go in the opening period. Bella Spino off to Dawson-Ike, far side. It's Lily Tang diagonally for Spino.
As well as North Allegheny worked the ball left, right, and the previous man up.
And Dawson-Ike scores here.
They did not work it that well, but Dawson-Ike picks up the ball and fires it in cross court high. And that's a goal almost every time in girls water polo. If you can put the ball cross court, the opposite side of where you're standing, and put it in high in that corner, there are very few women goalies in the state that can stop that shot. The trick is getting it there.
Even though the passing was not crisp per se, the Tigers still convert on the offensive possession and lead it 3-1. Dawson-Ike already with a couple of goals now. She was the Pennsylvania Rookie of the Year last year. Was named to the all-freshman team. Turnover by Cathedral Prep, but now it's Tang on a transition break here for North Allegheny.
Lily Tang, a nice steal. She forced the Cathedral Prep. Oh, there it is, wide open in the middle. And shot.
And goal.
Tori Tiempo.
Tiempo with her 6th goal of the year, wide open in front on the doorstep, converts for a 4-1 lead with just 5 seconds to go in the period.
The Ramblers, for some reason, let Tori get behind them on their turnover defense. Tori was wide open 3 meters out in front of the goal.
2 seconds, and from the midway point of the pool, a distance shot by DePlacido, saved by Izzy Trunzo, and that'll do it for the first period. So North Allegheny trailing initially 1-0, but then the Tigers able to rattle off 4 straight goals to end the first period for the current 4-1 lead. We'll keep it here during this break of the action as we continue to settle in as well into this broadcast. But North Allegheny, again, they fell behind 1-0 on the Mia Shaughnessy goal. Then it was Dawson-Ike, Carissa Jones, Dawson-Ike again, and Tori Tiempo all converting for goals, and really a backbreaker for the Ramblers, those last 2 goals in the final minute of the quarter.
The score was dead. It was very, very close, and then all of a sudden, as you just said, a couple of quick goals on transitions. The Ramblers did not get back fast enough, and I don't know whether the fatigue is already starting. I can tell you that several Ramblers have already been ejected. If any one player gets ejected 3 times, then they're out for the game. And with no bench for the Ramblers, that would be a deadly error. They have to keep all their players active in the water, which means now they're going to have to play a little softer on defense. They can't risk fouling out, and as a result, North Allegheny seems to have an advantage in quickness in some of the positions, and that could be a telltale factor as we move forward into the second quarter.
Players that are not available for the Cathedral Prep girls tonight, Haley Montgomery and Alexis Farrar, they are both sophomores. So North Allegheny has a distinct advantage from that standpoint, where they'll be able to mix in some players to keep some fresh legs, but Cathedral Prep will not have that opportunity. And as Coach Corky Semler pointed out, that if anyone is to be ejected from the game after the ejection fouls, if they are to accumulate, then that puts them not only that, but shorthanded essentially for the game.
They're man down for the game, and that would be disastrous. There's not a team that can. Very few teams could survive that scenario. They're tired anyway, and now they've got to play man down the rest of the game. But that's just speculation. Hasn't happened yet. I don't think any of their players right now has more than one ejection, and so that's a long ways away, and it perhaps may not even happen.
North Allegheny will be going right to left in the second quarter toward the deep end of the pool, and Cathedral Prep left to right toward the shallow end. And we are whistled and ready to go.
Yeah, Cathedral Prep easily won the first sprint, and it looks like they're going to win the second one also. So they do.
That's Jasleen Cage.
Jasleen Cage. She has some speed. She's only a freshman, and so that's a positive in the Ramblers' favor.
So 4-1 North Allegheny leading as we open up the second quarter. Shot off the left post for DePlacido, and she has taken the majority of the shots for Cathedral Prep thus far.
That was a beautiful shot. She grabbed the ball out of the air and in one motion, put it on the goal, but unfortunately for her and Ramblers, it went off the left post.
Carissa Jones.
Carissa loves to shoot.
We'll feed it right side for Spino. She'll try a shot, but that one denied by the keeper, Breanne Ryan.
Yeah, she was way over on the number 6 position, way off on the right wing, and the goalie had that post shot absolutely covered, and she could not put it past her.
Breanne Ryan, also a member of the swimming team at Cathedral Prep, had a great freshman year on the swim team. Now a sophomore here on the water polo squad. Another shot that hits the post as Trunzo corrals it.
And she's taking good shots. If that ball can move in a little bit, those balls are going to go in.
Long distance pass, Trunzo to Spino. Defense catches up to her though, but a foul committed by Cathedral Prep.
North Allegheny offense needs to move a little bit. They're not getting as open as they were in the first. Now they're shooting at the deep goal this time.
Shot off the crossbar from Jones. Rebound ricochets to Jasleen Cage. And then we'll flip the ball back to Ryan, who will let her teammates race up the pool. Still 4-1 North Allegheny, 5:19 to go in the second period. We saw the scoring really ramp up for NA in the late stages of the first.
North Allegheny playing a press defense, which means they're pressing the perimeter and just trying to cut off any avenue the ball has to get to their players. There's the shot clock.
Yeah, foul initially on Ava Sherrar, but a shot clock violation forced by that aggressive defense. And so now North Allegheny owns possession as Trunzo surveys the scene. She has 110 saves so far this year, 567 for her career.
She's a terrific goalie.
Shot on net and goal. Jones with her second of the night, and it's 5-1 North Allegheny.
She broke free right about the 4-meter mark, had nobody on her, and she's tough to stop at that distance.
4:43 on the clock in the second period. Jones now up to 44 markers on the campaign. She's the youngest of 4 siblings. Older brother Asher was a member of the boys water polo team and swim team.
Standout member of the boys water polo team. Hard worker, listens, very coachable, and she is cut from that same mold.
Pass by Tang across the pool to the far side.
We got an opening in front. Closed up before the pass could be made.
Spino will reset to Jones on the top right, but a foul by North Allegheny.
Ramblers have a wide open number 3 sprinting down the pool, but the goalie did not see her, so North Allegheny closed that defense, and now they're going to have to work the ball.
Now they'll still pass it to Jasleen Cage. And she's the speedster, as we noted. She's won those sprints to start, and she had North Allegheny beat down the pool, but Brianne Ryan didn't find her, unfortunately. Shot again from distance. This one well wide on the try by DePlacido.
Again, North Allegheny defense preventing any inside passing. They have to shoot from the outside, and with North Allegheny's Izzy Trunzo is a very effective goalkeeper. Those shots are going to have to be perfect if they're going to go in.
Possession in the forecourt. Foul. This will be a man up for North Allegheny. Jones pass right. Tigers.
Let's see if they can move the ball a little more effectively without dropping. Beautiful. First, second, third pass. 4. Let's see how many passes they get here. They got 4 and a nice shot.
4 to goal. Dasanike with the hat trick. 6-1 Tigers with 3:20 left in the second period.
That ball moved back and forth a couple times. Goalie lost her legs down in the water. Dasanaki took perfect advantage of it and put it into the far right corner, cross court. And North Allegheny now is a 6-1 lead.
Second time she has capitalized on a man-up opportunity, and a steal. Lily Tang out in the wide open there. And then is fouled by Cathedral Prep. Tigers trying to continue a fast break.
1-on-1 fast break.
Here comes Spino all alone. She will shoot, and a great save by Ryan, and keeps it out, at least initially, but ultimately poked in by Spino, and the Tigers make it 7-1.
The goalie initially stopped that shot, but mishandled it, and Spino followed it in and just forced the goalie to I think the goalie actually pushed the ball into her own goal.
Well, so Bella Spino, who was the last to touch it then, if that's the case, so her 5th goal of the year, and named to the all-freshman team last year in the state of Pennsylvania. Shot on net, saved by Trunzo on the shot attempt by Savannah Wizakowski. 7-1 North Allegheny. We're down to 2:47 to play in the first half. And North Allegheny with another chance. Jones gets behind the defense, but well guarded along the far post. The save by Brianne Ryan, and then a foul as Jones was trying for that rebound.
I think a little bit of a premature whistle there. Jones didn't do anything to earn that foul. The goalie did not have control of that ball, and I think play should have, but it's not what we think. Like most games, you better play it the way it's called, not the way you wish it was called.
Yeah, the goalkeeper, Brianne Ryan, she made the initial save along the far post, but I would agree with you. It didn't look like she really fully had possession as the ball kind of popped free. But either way, the whistle sounds, and it will be Cathedral Prep possession out of that as they call timeout with 2:35 left. Do the Ramblers. Now, Cathedral Prep led by first-year head coach Christian Fortin, and he takes over for longtime head coach Mike Doyle, who had retired after 15 seasons and 219 wins.
Mike had been there for a long time, outstanding coach, had that team going to states a number of years, always a top 8 finisher in the state championships, and always had a lot of girls. It really surprises me to see the number issue that the Ramblers have, because as Villa Maria over the last, since we started, North Allegheny started in 2001, they always seem to have just numbers galore. 20, 30 girls in their team.
Wow.
And that's changed, and I don't know why, but it's too bad, because that program has really been a Pennsylvania powerhouse for the last almost 25 years.
Well, first-year head coach, and maybe looking to build the numbers. He's a former water polo player at Cathedral Prep himself, graduate of 2019, played club water polo at the University of Pittsburgh, is coming right out of that timeout. Shot on net by Wizakowski, but great save once again by Trunzo.
Ramblers really played a nice offensive set there, took advantage of North Allegheny's dropping off, and went with a driver, sprung a girl open, but unfortunately could not put the ball in the net. But it was a nice offensive set by the Ramblers.
Tigers trying to get free there. Ava Sherrar
struggling to get rid of the ball.
And the shot clock violation horn sounds, so possession to Cathedral Prep with 1:56 to go before halftime. It's 7-1 North Allegheny. A hat trick by Michaela Dasanaiki so far tonight, and a couple of goals for Carissa Jones as well. Shot off the crossbar once again by DePlacido.
The referee thinks that Izzy touched the ball on the way out, and I think she probably did, and so Ramblers retained possession. Wide open in the middle, no shot over to the right.
And on the right side, it's Wizakowski. Back to DePlacido, off the left post this time. And then the ball chased down by Trunzo, so no rebound there. We talked about this on the last broadcast, where we know Trunzo, an all-state goalkeeper, that opponents sometimes might be trying to be too fine, and that's why you're seeing so much of the left post and center crossbar from DePlacido.
I agree.
And there's a goal, the fourth of the night for Dasanaiki in response, and it's 8-1 Tigers, 1:08 to go in the half.
Corinne made a beautiful pass to Dasanaki, who was open about 3-meter mark, and instead of trying to ram the ball past the goalie, who had pretty good position, she did what we call a dink or a off speed, and just gently put the ball over the goalie, and she was unable to grab it.
And now a near steal by Dasanaiki. Ball still loose, and off the whistle it will be awarded to North Allegheny. Down to the final minute of the half, and Trunzo uncorks a long ball to Jones. In front, shot may have been hit from behind there by Megan Cardella, as she and Jones, talking about Cardella and Jones, get into a little tussle in front of the net. No goal there, but Cardella got a piece of that one.
And the referees decided that it was the Ramblers' ball. I believe that even though the Rambler defense was out of position, there was no foul because she made contact while Carissa had possession.
And a shot at a goal by DePlacido, another one from distance, and this time she finds the mark. 8-2 with 39 seconds to go in the half.
Really nice shot off the left side. Even a good goalie can't stop great shots.
So Mackenzie DePlacido, she comes through for the marker.
Last minute in the period with a 6-goal lead, 7-goal lead actually before that shot, and the defense gets a little loose sometimes. They've had their way, and there's a fine line between giving 100% and 90%. 90% is not going to give you the results that.
Shot there by Dasanaiki with the save.
Way outside.
Saved by Brianne Ryan, and then it ricocheted off the far post. 6 seconds to work with here for Cathedral Prep. Chance for one last shot that will sail over the crossbar by Wizakowski.
Yeah, we've got a third of a second left.
In basketball, you could do that with it. Not a whole lot of anything. And same thing here in water polo as the horn sounds. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Tigers outscored Cathedral Prep 4-1 in the first. They do the same in the second. It's 8-2 as we are at the half. We'll step aside for a quick break. Back with more in a moment on the North Allegheny Sports Network as you're listening to Girls Water Polo right here on the NA Sports Network.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
please be done.
Over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat, and apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
HMO, PPO, formularies, subsidies, what's all this mean? Hi, I'm Todd Titsworth, a licensed agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency here in Western Pennsylvania. Have you ever felt confused on how to choose the right health insurance plan for you and your family? With the enhanced subsidies now available through the American Rescue Plan Act, you may be able to find more comprehensive coverage and save money. I've been providing one-on-one consultations for families to help them find the right health insurance plan to meet their needs and budget.
Call Todd Titsworth at 412-275-6570.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Visit ReadyPA.org and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait, communicate. Brought to you by ReadyPA, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
Hey, welcome back. We are at the half, just about ready to start the second half as North Allegheny in girls water polo leading 8-2 over Cathedral Prep. Michaela Dasanaiki, 4 goals. Carissa Jones with a pair of goals as well. And Tori Tiepo and Bella Spino also with markers for NA tonight. For Cathedral Prep, Mia Shaughnessy, in fact, she scored the very first goal of the evening with 5:20 to go in the first, but it's been all North Allegheny ever since. Mackenzie DePlacido scoring with 39 seconds to go before intermission. That brings you up to date. As the second half just underway, Coach Corky Semler with us, and your takeaways from the first half for both sides.
Cathedral Prep has some excellent players, some good shooters, but they don't have the depth that North Allegheny does. And as a result, North Allegheny has found some softness in their defense and has been able to take advantage of it. The Ramblers are, nice pass down the pool.
Chance
wide
for
open.
Dasanaiki, this one off the top of the crossbar.
Oh, but North Allegheny's been able to take advantage of the fact that the Ramblers are not getting any rest. They only have 7 girls in the water, and their legs have to start. They're gonna, in the middle of this quarter, they're going to start to get tired. North Allegheny is playing a drop defense, which means they're not letting any balls get into the hole set position, which is their best player.
And that was the
Shaughnessy.
Yeah, that was the very first goal of the night, and the Tigers haven't let her touch the ball really ever since. But a last-second shot there is saved easily by Trunzo. Kate Patsy found herself all alone.
North Allegheny, when the shot clock went down to about 3 seconds, now North Allegheny has a man up right now. I'll explain why in a second.
Lily Tang's shots saved by Brianne Ryan.
Yeah, with about 3 seconds left, the North Allegheny defense just sprinted down the pool, leaving one of the Ramblers wide open in front of the goal. But the shot was stopped. North Allegheny went down, missed the shot. Now it's Ramblers with the ball, now shooting at the deep end, right to left as we're looking at it.
Tigers coming out aggressively defensively out near the center of the pool. Lily Tang whistled. Possession with Cardella. And now we have the ball over to North Allegheny.
Shot got violation. We thought the ball had a shot clock violation, North Allegheny ball, but the referees have decided that that's not the case. Ramblers retain possession. I'll be interested to see how much time will be on the clock here. For some reason, the shot clock restarted. I don't understand that call, but it is what it is.
Man up for Cathedral Prep as a result of all of that.
Okay, that's the explanation. There was Lily Tang was ousted from the game, and that's going to reset the shot clock. Shot missed over the left side. Lily back in. North Allegheny ball.
Trunzo, another deep ball as she has Dawson-Ike.
Wide open on the left side.
And as the defense catches up, Dawson-Ike had lost her angle a little bit, so she'll step back out.
Lost her legs as well. She went up to, I think, try a shot, and the legs just...
Lily Tang, top right corner for a goal, 9-2 Tigers.
I have enjoyed seeing the improvement of Lily Tang. The last time I saw her play was several weeks ago at the home game with McDowell. And Lily has a couple steals tonight. She just put a beautiful goal and cross court over to the right side from left to right. And she's been playing and she's been open on fast breaks. Oh gosh, at least 3 or 4 times this game.
And Tang, that's her 8th goal of the year. The sophomore, very talented young lady, also plays violin at the Pittsburgh Youth Symphony Orchestra. And also part of the Girls of Steel robotics team at Carnegie Mellon University.
I like her defense right now.
And there's a steal for Tang.
Another steal.
Right on cue, and now leading the Ramblers as the D eventually catches up. She has a player wide open on the right side.
Now Dawson-Ike open in the middle. Ramblers cover. North Allegheny ball.
Velez.
Nice
pass in front to Sherrar, but she was well defended, as it turns out.
But North Allegheny retains possession. They committed a foul as they were.
Now Cardella was the player defending down low. She was the one that committed that initial infraction that gave North Allegheny the possession, but ultimately the ball now over to Cathedral Prep. A left-handed try by Jasleen Cage, but she had to pirouette there as the defense kind of spun her in that direction, if you will, and a weak shot toward the net that's easily stopped by Trunzo.
Once again, Jasleen, with her superior speed, beat the North Allegheny defense down the pool, but the pass did not get there quickly enough. The defense closed and stopped the shot.
9-2 North Allegheny, 3:05 to play in the third quarter. Spino defended by Cage. That'll be a foul on her. Spino will retain possession. Pass deflected and eventually reeled in by Brianne Ryan.
Good defense by the Ramblers.
Tigers have scored once in this third, but Cathedral Prep has tightened things down defensively.
They certainly have. North Allegheny has begun to substitute some of their starters.
Foul on Tang.
But many of their starters are still in.
But a shot clock violation.
Yeah, weak attempt by Megan Cardella. Ball did not travel very far as the shot clock sounded. Another long pass to a wide open Dasanaki. Missed on the lob shot. It was open, but she overthrew it, and Cathedral Prep's ball.
Missed it wide to the right on that opportunity as Brianne Ryan gathers it in. Now up to Megan Cardella. Halfway up the pool. Now into the forecourt. And a foul that will be called on North Allegheny. That'll be on Tiepo. So an ejection on Tiepo. Man up for Cathedral Prep. Trailing 9-2 to North Allegheny.
It's their first man up of the game, I believe. They're moving the ball relatively effectively. Had an open shot there, didn't take it. Move it left, right, up top. Take a shot wide, off the post.
Right post
rebound.
for DePlacido. Rebound shot stopped by Trunzo in front. Great denial on Cordella, and it stays 9-2.
Izzy Trunzo reacted really well. She stopped the first shot. Ramblers had a chance at a second shot. Izzy also stopped that, retained possession against two defenders, and it's North Allegheny's ball. Dasanaki on the left side, wide open, but a little bit far out. Takes the shot anyway off the crossbar. North Allegheny retains possession. New shot clock.
Game clock at 1 minute, just under now in the third period. Tigers leading 9-2. Only one goal in this third period. Foul again on Cathedral Prep. 49 seconds. Spino across to Tang on the far side, but now an infraction by North Allegheny.
Not sure where that called. They were running a double hole set there. Two girls in the middle trying to establish position. A little bit of an unusual offense there, but sometimes that can throw the defense off enough to allow an opening. Didn't work, and Ramblers ball.
Tigers defense stays aggressive. Sherrar out there defending on DePlacido.
Oh, DePlacido and Tiepo are having a little bit of a tussle in there, and both rejected. That is Tori's second.
As she was sent off the last time around, as she gives her explanation to Coach Damir Matanovic.
Which falls on deaf ears.
I was wondering how that was going to go for her.
That's not going anywhere.
In the meantime, Cathedral Prep with possession. Shot near the far post, but that is stopped by Trunzo. Denies Kate Patsy, and the score remains 9-2. 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
That was a good shot, and Trunzo got out of the water. She looked like she was on a stepladder and stopped that nice high shot that I think would have gone. So beautiful save by Trunzo.
And that'll do it for the third. Is North Allegheny in command, leading 9-2. We'll step aside for a quick break. Back with more in just a moment on the North Allegheny Sports Network.
The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America has important information for people with asthma. There are two main causes of asthma symptoms: airway constriction you feel and inflammation you may not, and most medicines only treat one. At asthma.com, you'll find information about working with your doctor and treating both main causes of asthma symptoms, and how this can help prevent symptoms before they even start. This message brought to you by AAFA with funding and editorial support by GlaxoSmithKline. For more information, go to asthma.com.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead. But you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit readypa.org. Brought to you by readypa.org, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
And we're ready for the fourth quarter. North Allegheny with a 9-2 lead over Cathedral Prep. Only one goal in the third. That went to Lily Tang of North Allegheny for the current 9-2 advantage. So North Allegheny, the offensive output slowed down a little bit by the Cathedral Prep defense in that third, but the Tigers still with a healthy lead here going into the fourth.
And kudos to the Ramblers for hanging tough in that third quarter. They have to be tired. They have to be tired, and yet their defense tightened up. They still were taking good shots. They had some good offensive plays. It just didn't pan out for them, but they are playing well.
Tigers with the aggressive defense, nearly a steal, but possession will stay with DePlacido. At Cathedral Prep, if you're just joining us, they're without 2 players tonight, and that means they have no substitutions. They have 7. They are playing 7. And that is it.
Lily Tang just ejected, and I don't know why. It was an ordinary foul out in front.
Shot at a goal for DePlacido, and North Allegheny's lead trimmed to 9-3.
I do not understand that kick out at all. That was, from my field of vision, just an ordinary foul, call it. And for some reason, she was kicked out there. I hope she doesn't lose aggressiveness because of that, because she had made a nice play. That was a what we call a good foul.
So with the second goal of the night for DePlacido, trims the NA lead to 6 goals. North Allegheny back on the offensive.
I'd like to see the North Allegheny girls work the ball into the middle a little bit more. Nicely done, and as I spoke,
you speak and you shall receive. Ava Sherrar with her 8th goal of the year, and it's 10-3 Tigers.
The ball went into Tori Tiempo, who couldn't control it, but Ava Sherrar had been driving in, and the ball just went right in front of her. She picked it up and just a nice soft touch goal into it to give North Allegheny a 10-3 lead.
So answering right back. Took only 22 seconds to answer the Cathedral Prep goal. And now a leaping save by Trunzo on DePlacido.
The Ramblers have opened up this quarter with a couple fairly quick shots from the outside. One went in, that one did not. The disadvantage is if you shoot with a lot of time on that clock and you miss, you're going to have to go sprinting back down the pool again. And that's not going to play well for a bunch of tired legs. That being said, Ramblers just stole the ball with tight defense, and it's their ball.
Takeaway by Mia Shaughnessy. So I'll ask you this question. This is with me learning the sport. Now, that strategy by Cathedral Prep, is it a scenario where they're down and just trying to get as many shots off as they can to try and rally back into the game?
Undoubtedly. And there's Lily Tang with another steal.
And a skillful steal.
A skillful steal.
At that for Lily Tang.
Yeah, she was in the right place at the right time, that's 90% of it. But to your last point, yes, that could be it at all. You're down by so much, and you have to start scoring. So your point is well taken, but there's a downside to it if you're not making those. If you're not making those. There they are at the double hole set again. Nice job.
In front, Tiempo turns and fires and finds the back of the net. 11-3 North Allegheny, 4:42 to go in this one.
I had just gotten a feeling, as I said about a minute ago, that I think that middle's open. I think Tori has position, and a well-placed pass in front of her is going to yield good results, and it just did. So I guess my observation was correct. Every blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
Tiempo with her 6th goal of the year. And North Allegheny with a takeaway. Dasanaiki able to fight that ball away, wrestle it away from a pair of Cathedral Prep players. Back to Trunzo, launches the deep ball, but that'll make it all the way on to the Cathedral Prep keeper in Breanne Ryan.
Izzy Trunzo has made some great long passes today, and that was not one of them. overthrown right to the Cathedral Prep goalie. North Allegheny.
There's Tang again.
There's Lily Tang with, I think, her 5th steal. She is playing a great ball defense. She's placing herself in the passing lane, and she's doing a great job cutting off those passes. Another long pass down to Michaela Dasanaki. Ball on the left side as we face the goal. Not much open right now. North Allegheny has to move a little bit. Again, setting up that double set.
And a whistle comes. Looked like Dasanaki wanted to go either to Tiepo inside or Sherrar, but neither could really get open.
And, well, I think they were open, but they didn't have the right offensive alignment. The girls that playing out on the wings did not have position to get the ball to her. Ramblers having a little trouble controlling the ball right now, but still retain possession wide open.
Shaughnessy denied by Trunzo. Another great save.
Some nice passing, taking advantage of the North Allegheny's drop defense. Shaughnessy wide open about 4 meters out, but ball went right to Trunzo. I think after that first half of the game, when a lot of balls went off the posts, they were trying to get the ball into the net area, but they've overcompensated, and Izzy is right there stopping most of them.
It looks like with North Allegheny calling a timeout with 3:11 to go in regulation, North Allegheny will be bringing in some substitutions here for down the stretch. May Kaufman, one of those that will be checking in, along with Leela Saunier.
Yeah, very good. May is an excellent swimmer for the North Allegheny swim team. Has qualified for Whippeals her first 2 years as a freshman sophomore, and now this year as a junior she decided to try water polo, and she's going to get some playing time here. She's a left-handed player, which is very valuable in most sports where you shoot at goals.
Sure.
It makes scoring off the right side much more effective, having that left hand. She's a hard worker, pays attention, and so I'm anxious to see her play here, see how she does.
Lefties make any sport difficult, right? Boxing, you have a southpaw quarterback. Of course, lefty pitchers are always so valuable. Hard-throwing lefty out of the bullpen is quite the commodity. So, yeah, those southpaws make it tough. Everything's backwards for everyone else out there, whether it be in the pool or on the field. So nice to see Saunier checking in. I didn't realize it's her first year of water polo, so very impressive.
Yeah, she's doing well. Yeah. I don't think Debir Matanovic knows that the referees are trying to get them back into the water here.
Cathedral Prep is ready to go.
They're ready to go.
And now North Allegheny is ready to go as well.
And we'll have possession as the ball goes back into play to Izzy Trunzo, who will make the first pass into the offensive set.
Yeah, Trunzo, also a starting goalie on the girls lacrosse team, has 370 career saves there. She's been a 3-year starter, likely that she'll be a 4-year starter coming up this spring, and she's been a 3-year starter on the water polo team. So she has racked up quite a bit of saves in both sports. There's some defense by Shaughnessy, and eventually a whistle will go against Shaughnessy, so the Tigers will have possession back. May Kaufman having some trouble out there with Shaughnessy. And the officials are going to discuss matters.
The shot clock shouldn't have restarted, and it did. So the referees are making that call, putting the right number of seconds, the correct number of seconds back on the clock. It'll be North Allegheny's ball, but they're not going to have a whole lot of time to work with it.
Now, right now it shows 25 on the shot clock, but we expect it to be.
I think it's somewhere around the 5 to 7 second mark. Just my guess, but I don't know.
2:44 on the game clock. Evidently, it was
less
than that. Yeah.
The 5 to 7 was extremely generous. It was 3 or 4, and North Allegheny girls, not knowing what was on there, wasted an opportunity to at least get a shot off.
Foul out in the center of the pool.
And I like what Tori Tiepo's doing. She's playing, even though she has 2 ejections on her, she's still playing very aggressively. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
And that's
Mackenzie.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No,
that's a hat trick for Mackenzie DePlacido. with, as you had described, a beautiful shot in the top left corner. It was bar down on that one.
The bar, it hit the upper crossbar and bounced down into the goal. Goalies cannot stop that ball. If you're good enough to put the ball in that position, that ball's going to go every time. It's just an incredibly hard shot to make.
Score is 11-4 now. North Allegheny leading. Shot, quick turn and shot there by Tiempo, but this time Brianne Ryan gets a piece of it.
It was the right pass, though, and the right shot, and she just didn't make it. But they have to work that whole set a little more. Tori is extremely strong in there. She is the strongest girl on the team. Right now, the Ramblers have no answer for her in terms of defense. She's been open almost every time. They just have to start working the ball in there a little better.
Shot wide left on the attempt by Cage, and you're talking about Tiempo, and she was guarding Shaughnessy again, and that's been a matchup that she has been on really since that very first goal that Shaughnessy scored, and she has shut her down essentially since that opening marker. So talking about Tiempo's defense with that.
Shaughnessy could not stay with her, took a perimeter defense position, and now somebody else is guarding Tori. If they can get the ball into her, it's going to be an open shot. Now, can they get it into her anyway? There it is.
Sonia Betty with that pass to Tiempo, but just a hair past the shot clock. As Tiempo did get a shot off, but after the horn sounds. We're down to 1:02 to go in this one. Tigers in command, leading 11-4, so NA about to pick up its 7th win of the season. NA boys against Cathedral Prep boys coming up a short time from now. Shot over the crossbar on that effort by Savannah Wizakowski.
The shot was open. She tried a cross court high and just put it a little bit too high. That was a nice place shot, just a little bit off, and she should take that shot every time. She was wide open, and the goalie, as we talked about earlier, that's an extremely tough shot to block in girls water polo.
Evidently another timeout called with 47 seconds. So North Allegheny 11-4 with the advantage. 2 goals each in this fourth period. Mackenzie DePlacido now with a hat trick as she scores both of the Ramblers goals in this period. Ava Sherrar and Tori Tiempo both scoring. Tiempo with her second goal of the night. And that gives her 7 on the season. If I misspoke earlier, it's 7 goals on the year now for Tiempo.
She's just going to continue to get better, and she has rotated out. I think it's the first time tonight out of the water. So she's going to sit the last 47 seconds. And I can tell you, as a competitor as she is, she would still rather be in there that last 47 seconds. But well-deserved exit from the water for her. And she'll have to just sit and watch for that last short minute.
Well, you love to see that. Always want to be out there in the pool.
Oh, she does. So North Allegheny has a lot of relatively inexperienced girls in the water now, but that's good. Give them a little bit of time just to get into a game situation against a fairly solid team and get some experience, which they'll need for future games and future seasons. They've got to learn to move, though.
Tigers 17 on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock. Kaufman lobs it up down low as she had a teammate in that area kick back out as a whistle.
Yep, there was an ejection into the middle. The pass was beautiful, and the defense overplayed that set position and now has a man up. Michaela with the ball, working it back. Wide open in front, chooses to pass. Again, Michaela on the side, off the crossbar, and Ramblers ball.
Yeah, rebound corralled by Shaughnessy.
5 seconds. And they're not going to get a shot off.
And that'll do it. So this contest comes to a conclusion with North Allegheny triumphant tonight, 11-4 over Cathedral Prep. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, your right automotive player of the game here on the North Allegheny Sports Network and our partners at the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
please be done.
Over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
And back in the postgame show now for girls water polo as North Allegheny with the win tonight 11-4. So the Tigers improve to 7-5 on the year. Cathedral Prep falls to 3-8 on the campaign. And we'll get ready for boys water polo in a bit, but as we bring this one to a conclusion, North Allegheny outscored Cathedral Prep 4-1 in the first and 4-1 in the second for an 8-2 lead by intermission. In the third period, Lily Tang scored the only goal for North Allegheny to make it 9-2 Tigers. Then in the fourth, both teams trading goals en route to what would become an 11-4 win. North Allegheny getting 4 goals out of Michaela Dasanaiki, the very talented sophomore. Also 2 goals tonight for Tori Tiepo. And other goal scorers for North Allegheny included Carissa Jones. Jones also scored 2 goals. Jones and Tiepo, 2 goals each for both of them. Other goal scorers, Bella Speedo, as well as Tang and Ava Sherrar. For Cathedral Prep, it was Mackenzie DePlacido with a hat trick. And the very first goal of the night was scored by Mia Shaughnessy, but she was locked down defensively from that point on, thanks to the great defense of Tori Tiepo. But a lot of players chipping in this win tonight, as you might expect. Great play in net, as always, from Izzy Trunzo. We mentioned the defense of Tori Tiepo. Also great D by Lily Tang. But our selection tonight as our right automotive player of the game is Michaela Dasanaiki. 4 goals. She is the leader in scoring tonight, and all 4 of her goals came in the first half. So she had 4 of the 8 North Allegheny goals, and it was all over from there. So for her efforts to help get North Allegheny command of this game, Michaela Dasanaiki, our right automotive player of the game.
And even though she did not score in the second half, the Ramblers had to account for her, and in those defensive adjustments, they left other people open, which North Allegheny was able to take advantage of. I think that honorable mention has to go to Lily Tang. She must have had 5 or 6 steals. She was really a defensive presence. She scored 1 goal. She is improving by leaps and bounds, and her defense really made a difference for the North Allegheny Tigers this evening.
Yeah, she really stood out, so honorable mention indeed for Lily Tang, and I'll be interested to see what her stat line was defensively in terms of steals once that information is passed along to me, either a little later on tonight or early tomorrow morning. But either way, her presence certainly was felt here tonight by the Ramblers in what was an 11-4 win for North Allegheny. So we're going to step aside for a quick breather, and I suspect it will be quick because North Allegheny and Cathedral Prep getting warmed up for boys water polo here momentarily. And I'll ask you, should we just keep it here or should we take a quick break?
Well, they don't have a clock up right now. They're doing some replays of previous games, so I'm not sure how much time we have left. Cathedral Prep seems to think that it will start any minute. They're gathered in their corner right now. North Allegheny is just continuing to take warm-up shots.
We'll keep it here then during the break. And we'll tell you that the NA boys so far this year boast a 6-4 record. Cathedral Prep is 4-5 overall. The Ramblers coming off a 12-8 win over Lawrenceville at the Beast of the East tournament. And Drew Brown led the way in that contest with 5 goals. North Allegheny, meanwhile, also participating at the Beast of the East, going 2-2. The Tigers defeated Archbishop Spalding 15-5 and Cumberland Valley 11-9. The 2 losses were dealt by North Penn 9-2 and LaSalle College High School 13-3. The Tigers, the 3-time reigning Western Conference champions, have won the Western Conference 5 of the last 6 years and hoping for a strong finish again this year. We talked about it from the first broadcast of the year in early September that NA graduated a ton of talent from last year's group, a group that finished 3rd place at the state championship tournament. North Allegheny, well, you enter the year with a lot of guys that are untested, but looks like they have hit a pretty good groove at this point in the season.
It's a extremely, they are not as talented as the group that just left. They have not played together as long. That being said, I spend a little bit of time with these young men, and they work hard, they listen, they accept feedback, and they have a great attitude. And who knows what those characteristics will do for them as the season progresses. They lost to North Penn and LaSalle College, both extremely powerhouse teams every year. LaSalle College, most of their water polo players also swim. They're a perennial challenger for a state title each year, and so they are very strong, very fast. And at this point in the season, North Allegheny cannot stay with them. But let's see what happens over the next 3 weeks. Let's see what North Allegheny learned in those 2 losses, and see how that plays out when the state tournament starts in about 4 weeks.
North Allegheny in water polo defeated Cathedral Prep in boys water polo last year in the 2 meetings, 19-6 on the road and 17-9 here at home, which we had on the air for you here on the NA Sports Network. And Cathedral Prep, I had a chance earlier tonight to talk with the boys team as they were gathered together as folks were arriving, and they informed me that all but one of their current teammates are also members of the swim team that has done very well in Class 2A in recent years. So Heath Kreidinger is the only guy out of the Cathedral Prep roster that doesn't also swim, which his teammates were ribbing him a little bit about that, as you might suspect.
I'll bet they do, yeah. And North Allegheny does not have an advantage such as that, so they're going to have to counter perhaps some superior swimming ability of the Ramblers with some perhaps a little better ability to work the ball, shoot, and play defense.
Whistle sounds and we're underway in boys water polo. And North Allegheny will win the opening sprint and will possess. Jonathan Mowry has it.
They actually lost the sprint, but the ball squirted loose, and North Allegheny has the ball on offense.
And to the top right with Mason Shantz, back to Mowry.
Mason Shantz, one of North Allegheny's swimmers.
Grant Regal lost the possession.
Yes,
and
he did.
Owen Carson, trying to reel in the ball, was fouled from behind by one of the Tigers, Camden Wright. And the ball will go to Daniel Kubiak.
Yeah, that being said, several North Allegheny swimmers or water polo players do participate on the swimming team, and one of them is Grant Regal, who was who is the top returning 50 freestyler in the WPIL next year. So the Ramblers, even though they have more swimmers, they're going to have to deal with Grant Speed, who coincidentally was just ejected from the game for a foul in the middle. So Ramblers have a man-up situation.
Southpaw on the near side, Brady Palmer fouled by North Allegheny. Pass tipped in the middle. Nice deflection there by Shantz. 15 to shoot.
Jumped off the bottom to do it. That should have been a call, but was not. North Allegheny steals, and it's their ball.
Ball brought in by sophomore keeper Michael Stefanko, has 83 saves this year. Save percentage of 53%.
North Allegheny did a nice job in jamming the passing lanes on that man-down defense and intercepted the ball into the middle now on offense. North Allegheny draws a foul into the middle, kicks the ball back out over to the left side. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. They've got to do something quick into the middle. Got to get a shot off.
And no shot will come.
There should be. Okay. That foul was with 3 seconds left, and they didn't stop the clock, and referees did not catch it, and so now it's the Ramblers' ball. No score.
McCartney trying to poke the ball away with a steal instead of foul. Possession to Colin Troutman. And a shot goes wide, a rifle shot there by Troutman.
Yeah, skip shot off to the side. Skip shots can be very effective. It's tough for the goalies to read those because once the ball hits the water, it comes off at any number of angles depending on the water turbulence. Ball into the middle, North Allegheny possession, steal, and now it's the Ramblers again.
Owen Carson with the takeaway. And going back to Colin Troutman, he's a 3-time PIAA gold medalist in swimming, freestyle anchor for Cathedral Prep's 200 individual medley.
Medley relay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said individual medley relay, correct?
Yeah, it's a medley relay. The individual medley is an individual event. Medley relay obviously is a team event. Shot clock down to 3, 2, 1, North Allegheny ball, and they should take advantage here.
And so the possession back to North Allegheny. And Troutman also was on the #2 doubles team in tennis at Cathedral Prep. But there's a goal by McCartney that breaks the ice in this one. North Allegheny leads 1-0 with 4 minutes to go in the first.
Very impressive. Ball went in. Defense was there. McCartney fought him off, didn't drop the ball, spun away, and put it into the left side. Very nicely done.
Colt McCartney, who had a goal during our last broadcast. He has 12 on the season.
I can see why.
And an avid fisherman, plans to major in marine biology.
No kidding.
So Cathedral Prep with possession, trying to answer back.
And it has a man up.
And a steal by Shantz.
Off the bottom. They caught him that time.
And a goal for Cathedral Prep. And this time it's Drew Brown. Again, he had 5 over the weekend.
Yeah,
and the victory against Lawrenceville, he ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, Mason was ejected for off the bottom, which I'm not sure he was called out or he thought he was out, which put the Ramblers up at a 6-4 man up. And that 2-man advantage is a little tough to overcome, especially in this sport. Grant Regal with the ball out in front on the point, trying to find an opening.
Mowry to right trying to duck under a man and shoots it high. And over the cage, and the ball granted to keeper Daniel Kubiak for Cathedral Prep as they have gone toe-to-toe so far this one. Tie game 1-1, 3:11 to play in the opening stanza.
Really have. Camden Wright did a nice job fending off the defender there, but shot went wide. North Allegheny has just stolen the ball on an errant inbounds pass. Goalie with the ball looking for a pass down the pool.
It was McCartney who tipped it aside, and now the ball sent right back to McCartney on the top right. Out to defend is Owen Carson. He commits a foul. McCartney will keep it. 12 to shoot. Near side with Grant Regal. He shoots and scores. Grant Regal, 2-1 North Allegheny, 2:41 to play in the first.
A couple pump fakes drew the goalie into a cross-court position, and then Grant reloaded and put it right into the near goal with a fastball over the outside corner for a goal. Beautifully done.
14th goal of the year for Regal.
Oh, that was a good defensive play.
Callan Bunker with the good defense.
Oh.
And now another foul that will go against the Tigers, this time on the defense of Anthony Hollow. Coach Damir Matanovic disagreed.
North Allegheny playing some superior defense here. They just got away with one. That ball was stolen by taking it under, and they called it on the offense. So it all evens out. Grant right in front, wide open, cross court and in.
Top right corner for Regal. Back-to-back markers for him, and it's 3-1 Tigers. 2:09 left of the first.
2 minutes left. North Allegheny with a 3-1 advantage. Ramblers with the ball. Good press defense. Ramblers can't get the ball past half court right now. Now it's in. North Allegheny pressing very hard. Ramblers are really having trouble getting the ball into a place where there's a good shooting position.
Senior Brady Palmer had it now in the left corner. Colin Troutman.
Less than 10 seconds on the, I'm not sure where the calls are coming from here, but.
4 to shoot in front. Tigers defense collapsing on Callum Snyder-Mills.
Looks like a ejection. Let's see what he's calling here. Number 9, it looks like he called a 5-meter. A 5-meter shot is called when, in the official's opinion, the defense does something illegal to prevent a sure goal.
And Callum Snyder-Mills scores on that opportunity. 1:39 to play in the first.
Closing the gap to 3-2. And North Allegheny shooting at the deep goal this first quarter. We talked a lot about that's a real advantage to the offense. So the fact that they only have a 1-goal lead shooting at the deep, let's see how that plays out when that's reversed. Ball in the middle.
Oh, right post for North Allegheny. That was Caden Kurikoski with the shot.
Really a hard shot, but as we often find out in other sports, if the hard shot is right at the goalie, it doesn't usually go in no matter how fast it's thrown. He did a nice job breaking open in that set. He's got to be a little more discriminating on where that ball's placed.
Skip shot misses wide right on the try by Drew Brown. And the official going to say that it went off of North Allegheny, so it will stay with Cathedral Prep.
It had to go off the goalie's hands in order for that to happen. I didn't see it, but doesn't matter.
And, well, near steal, and it is taken away. Beautifully done by Callan Bunger.
Really good steal. I'm a little suspicious that he used the bottom there. But, again, the referees have a tough job in trying to see everything. Ball into the middle. Caden Kurikoski foul called. North Allegheny should retain possession. They've got to get the ball, kick the ball back out.
Foul will go against the Tigers this time. And a chance here, sprinting away, Colin Troutman. And an aggressive play made defensively there by the keeper, and nicely done. Michael Stefanko just comes up and takes it away.
Michael Stefanko, that was a beautiful heads-up play. He saw that the Rambler player had his head down into the water and wasn't paying quite enough attention. Turnover. North Allegheny gave up the ball. Not sure what happened.
And will end up in the hands of the Ramblers. Skip shot by Drew Brown from distance, and then sent with just a second left by Stefanko toward the Prep net, and that will go off target. But Cathedral Prep holding its own, trailing North Allegheny 3-2. After 1 quarter of play. We'll step aside for a break as well. Back with more in just a moment on the North Allegheny Sports Network.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
And we're back at North Allegheny High School. Tigers in boys water polo through 1 quarter, leading 3-2. Colton McCartney with 1 goal, and Grant Regal with back-to-back markers for NA. Drew Brown and Callum Snyder-Mills with the markers for Cathedral Prep. But 1 quarter in, the Tigers were shooting toward the deep end of the pool. They have a 1-goal lead out of that. Cathedral Prep now will have its opportunity shooting at the deep end in the second quarter. But your observations from period number 1.
North Allegheny has not controlled the passing game very, very well. They've played some nice defense, but on offense they are not able to pass that ball, handle it cleanly, get their passes off, get their shots off. The ball is hitting the water way too much, and by the time the ball is picked up, it's either the defense is closed in or the defense has stolen it. And right now, North Allegheny's offense has been very sloppy, and if they're going to be a factor in this game, they've got to start passing the ball a little more effectively.
So as we said in the second period, Cathedral Prep will head toward the deep end in this shallow, deep pool. Our pleasure to bring you all the action here on the North Allegheny Sports Network. This is game 1 of a broadcast doubleheader, also boys soccer on the air tonight.
And North Allegheny wins the sprint. Number 12, Andy.
Who do we have? What number did you
Andy,
say?
number 8.
For NA,
no,
Camden
I'm sorry,
Wright.
that's not right. It was number 12.
Oh, Andy Georgiev.
Georgiev.
So Georgiev able to make that play happen. The senior, also 2022 USA Water Polo Academic All-American with outstanding honors right at the shot clock horn.
North Allegheny, because the shot clock was expiring, started back on defense, but the shot got off before the clock, missed. North Allegheny retained possession, and so North Allegheny had possession, and now almost stolen by the Ramblers, and now the Ramblers have the ball mid-pool but are not responding, and North Allegheny is able to get back on defense.
Drew Brown will just flip it back to goalkeeper Daniel Kubiak. North Allegheny leading 3-2. We're 1 minute into this second quarter. Duck under by Callum Snyder-Mills. Foul on North Allegheny. He'll reset as we'll have an ejection here for Regal. Man up now. Snyder-Mills shoots and scores, and we're tied 3-3. 5:39 on the clock here in the second.
That was an extremely effective shot from about 3 meters out on the left side into the far corner. I think that was Grant's second ejection. So we're only a little bit into the second quarter, and Grant now has 2 ejections, 1 more, and he's gone for the game. So he's going to have to be a little bit more careful here, and because they need his speed and presence in the water if they're going to come out victorious in this game today. Nice pass into the middle.
Camden Wright double teamed, but he still gets the shot off and scores. Camden Wright gives North Allegheny the lead back 4-3.
The Prep defense did everything they should there, and Camden somehow wiggled free, spun away, and put a beautiful shot into the left side of the goal. Kudos to Camden Wright on that play.
Camden Wright with his 29th goal of the year.
And there's Grant Regal with the steal, using his speed. North Allegheny's got a 2-on-1 if they can convert here, but the defense is caught up. Ball over to the right side.
Turning into a 3-on-2 if they can find Mowry. He's wide open on the far post. They lob it to him and he scores. It was deflected by the keeper Kubiak, but still found its way to Mowry. Now the Cathedral Prep bench is arguing that he was practically in the net, but it looks like it will count. 5-3 North Allegheny, so give Mowry that one.
No, it did not count.
No, did they take it away?
They disallowed it, and I'm not so sure about that. The North Allegheny player was within the 2-meter zone, which is illegal unless the ball is in there. And I think the ball was inside that 2-meter area on the near side of the pool. But that's not my call. Beautiful save by Stefanko.
Stefanko denies a rocket shot there by Drew Brown.
Oh, skip shot and put out his left arm. Beautiful shot down the pool, but the Rambler defense closed out to the point.
Tigers possess. Georgiev fouled. Now it's Regal. Back to Georgiev. 4:19 to go before halftime.
Set.
Pass looking for Wright, but it's stolen instead by Owen Carson of Cathedral Prep.
It was a good pass, but he telegraphed it, and it allowed the defender from the left side to collapse in, create a 2-on-1 defense, and Camden in that situation couldn't overcome.
Looking for Owen Carson, and fouled by Camden Wright from behind. Carson will flip at the point and a goal. This one for Colin Troutman, and Cathedral Prep draws even again, 4-4 with 3:51 to play in the second.
North Allegheny is doing a nice job sagging in on defense and covering the middle, but the Rambler offense, Colin Troutman just has too strong of an arm to be left alone at the 4-meter mark, and he's put in now a couple, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Troutman with a couple of goals. Excuse me, Snyder Mills has 2 goals. That's Troutman's first of the night. Drew Brown has the other. My apologies. That's my bad, too. And the Tigers do score here as it leaks across the goal line on the shot by Camden Wright. The goalkeeper, either he or the defenseman, someone got a piece of it for Cathedral Prep, but it just slowly crosses the goal line, and the Tigers regain the lead 5-4, 3:36 to go in the half.
It just dribbled right across, and those count just as much as the fastballs.
Camden Wright with his second now of the evening. Whistle on the Tigers. Chance for Cathedral Prep. Another ejection on NA. This will go against McCartney. Man up now for the Ramblers. Snyder Mills, far side, off the hands of Palmer. Defended and fouled by NA. Across the pool to the near side.
Right side, some nice passing, moving left and right.
Skip shot toward the far post, but well positioned was Stefanko to stop that one.
I think the shooter would like to have that one back. He tried to force it inside that post, and Stefanko had it well defended.
Took away the angle, did Stefanko. And now North Allegheny holding a 5-4 lead. And Camden Wright wrestled down, and this will be an ejection on Drew Brown.
Man up for North Allegheny as they set their offense. Let's see if they can get the passing a little bit. Beautiful.
Wow, from a tough angle there, but Grant Regal still forces it in past the defense of Colin Troutman, past the keeper Daniel Kubiak, and North Allegheny now up 6-4, 2:38 to play before intermission.
Grant looked at that shot, couldn't believe it was that wide open, pumped for some reason. It was still open, so he said, well, I'm going to take this. The goalie had never gone over it to protect that post, and as a result, that was an easy goal.
And Stefanko comes out to take the ball away from Colin Troutman.
Alertly, because North Allegheny is getting really used on that left side there.
Whistle on North Allegheny. This will be an ejection on Anthony Hollow at a timeout called by Cathedral Prep. So with 2:08 to play in the second quarter, Cathedral Prep head coach Christian Fortin wants to discuss matters.
As he should. It's a close game. They're down by 2. It's important they convert on this man up.
And Christian Fortin, if you missed the girls broadcast, will tell you he is in his first year as head coach, taking over for longtime head coach Mike Doyle, who retired after 15 seasons and 219 wins. Also was the swim coach at Cathedral Prep. And Coach Fortin, he played water polo at Cathedral Prep, class of 2019, and also played club water polo at the University of Pittsburgh, and is a recent grad of Pitt, class of 2023. So
right now, North Allegheny does not have an answer for Colin Troutman down on the left wing. No matter who North Allegheny puts on him, he is able to make one-on-one moves and free himself to score. And so what happens is he's drawing a lot of ejections from the North Allegheny players. And unless they find a way to stop him down there, this is not going to go well for North Allegheny. And kudos to Colin for being as strong as he is and making moves on players that are unable to defend him.
Just had a mental block. The last NA goal was scored by Regal or Wright. Do you recall the one where he
Regal.
pump fake? That was Regal. Okay.
Yep, Regal on the left wing.
Just making sure. So Regal, that gives him 3 goals this evening and 16 on the season.
Let's see what the Ramblers have in mind after their timeout with a man up. They're going to pump fake from the outside, ball over to the right side. Mishandled, stolen by North Allegheny. That's not the way they drew it up in the playbook.
So Mowry comes away with the
steal.
theft.
Beautiful steal by John Mowry. Well done, because that goal would have put the score within 1, and North Allegheny would like to extend that 2-goal lead they currently have.
Mowry also on the boys lacrosse team for North Allegheny. He'll pass it to Regal on the far side, diagonally out to Shantz. Quick passing here for NA.
North Allegheny with a man up.
1:36
good
on the
blind
clock.
Pass.
We're in the
moving
second
the ball
quarter.
left and right very well. Their goalie is not moving very well, although he's rebound by North Allegheny and in.
And this time it's Camden Wright. So the initial save by Kubiak, but Camden Wright able to deliver on the doorstep to make it 7-4. This was once a tie game, but the Tigers on a 3-0 run.
Kubiak did a beautiful job being in the right place on the initial stop, but the ball bounced off his hands. North Allegheny grabbed the rebound, and Camden was able to put it in.
So Wright.
Another steal by North Allegheny.
With his 3rd goal of the evening.
North Allegheny with a 3-on-2.
Kurikoski right down Broadway. He scores as he gets by the defense. The trailer was Callum Snyder-Mills, and Kurikoski blasts that one home to make it 8-4 Tigers, 1:03 on the clock here in the second.
You know, usually with a 3-2, you like the man with the ball driving down the pool to look and to pass off. But Kurikoski did the exact right thing. They could not stay with him, and he just kept the ball, took it into the goalie, and fired a one-on goal in. It was beautifully done. That was not an ejection. It is an ejection. My bias just showed right there.
That'll go against Kurikoski.
Yeah, I didn't. That was anyway, North Allegheny's, the Ramblers have a man up. Have the ball. North Allegheny right now defending well. With lefty over on the other side. Beautiful save.
Lob try from the far side by Brady Palmer.
It was a nice shot too, but
a better save by Stefanko.
Exactly.
He showed some athletic ability and hops on that one.
North Allegheny, that's their 2nd consecutive man down stop.
Regal hammered in front. That'll be a foul on Cathedral Prep.
No, I don't agree with that one either. Cathedral Prep, I don't think should have been. That was a good steal or a good block.
Inside,
Beautiful.
and the deflection. One-timer for Regal, his 4th of the night, and the Tigers' run of goals continues. It's now 9-4 with just 5 seconds remaining in the half.
Nice pass by Colin McCartney. Regal just had an inch of opening there, and that ball was right on the money. Grant didn't even hesitate and flipped it right in. And Grant's been playing with 2. Now here's what's interesting. The shot clock was done. The Ramblers took a shot with about a second left. North Allegheny defense stopped it, but it was one of their field players, and he stopped it with 2 hands, which is illegal. So now the Ramblers get a 5-meter, which is bad. That's a bad foul.
And Callum Snyder-Mills, who scored on a 5-meter in the first period, will get a chance to do so again. But he's denied. Saved by Stefanko. And that's the way it should end here with the way North Allegheny's played in the second quarter. We were tied 4-4, but a 5-0 run by NA sends the Tigers into halftime with a 5-goal lead. We'll take a quick break as we'll have more for you in just.
The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America has important information for people with asthma. There are 2 main causes of asthma symptoms: airway constriction you feel and inflammation you may not, and most medicines only treat one. At asthma.com, you'll find information about working with your doctor and treating both main causes of asthma symptoms and how this can help prevent symptoms before they even start. This message brought to you by AAFA with funding and editorial support by GlaxoSmithKline. For more information, go to asthma.com.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because Slice to Order makes a sub above.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
And we're underway in the second half as North Allegheny with a 9-4 lead after a dominant second period. North Allegheny with 4 goals from Grant Riegel and 3 by Camden Wright. And the Tigers looking to continue that momentum here in the second half.
Yeah, the interesting thing in that first half was it was a very tight game. North Allegheny had a very tenuous 2-goal lead. The Ramblers had a man up, called a timeout to reorganize. North Allegheny stopped that man up and then could not be stopped the rest of the quarter.
And Camden Wright cannot be stopped here as he scores to make it 10-4 North Allegheny.
Camden has really been a force in that whole set position now that they're starting to get the ball to him. The Ramblers are going to have to, if they're going to stay in this game, they've got to deny him the ball, which means they have to give up something a little bit later on.
Camden Wright with 4 goals this evening as well, so he and Riegel both share the team lead in scoring tonight. 10-4 North Allegheny. Colton McCartney also with a marker this evening for NA. As well as Caden Kurakowski.
Shot evidently was deflected by the goalie. New shot clock with Cathedral Prep with the ball at the 2-meter point, inbounding the ball.
North Allegheny up 10-4. And now a foul that will go against the Tigers. Far side. Owen Carson trying to put a shot on net, but coming up to make the stop on the far post is Tigers keeper Michael Stefanko.
Ball's deflected by another Tiger on defense. I'm not sure who it was, and Stefanko alertly scooped that ball in. The Prep doing a real good job on Camden Wright right now. They're fronting him, which means they're trying to get between him and the ball. And they're very effective. The North Allegheny offense could not retain control on the perimeter, and it's the Ramblers' ball. Down 10-4. I believe the game's a little closer than the score indicates, but let's see how this third period goes.
And we were tied 4-4 with 3:51 to play in the second period.
Right.
But North Allegheny has scored 6 unanswered thus far. And the defense trying to make that stand up. Another takeaway.
Oh, wide open in the middle.
McCartney will kick it out as he has Jonathan Mowry. Mowry near
5
side
seconds
to
left
Woods.
on the clock. They need to. Okay, nothing going. Soft shot landing in the middle of nowhere. Ramblers' ball.
And reeling it in, Daniel Kubiak. Kubiak up ahead to Callum Snyder-Mills.
And North Allegheny says, well, if you're going to front our whole set, we're going to do the same thing. Camden Wright playing some tight defense in there. A lot of...
Oh, nice move to split 2 defenders by Colin Troutman.
A little bit of a quick whistle. I will say that there's a lot of quick whistles here tonight, but They seem to be calling both ways there. I don't like how fast those whistles are being called, but they seem to be calling them equally in both directions, so we can't complain too much. Nice deflection off. Shot clock should be down tight. It's down to 18 seconds, but I don't see the shot clock on a man up should only be 20 seconds.
Shot hits the left post.
Off the bottom. Okay. Ramblers alertly get the loose ball and got to it and put it in quickly.
And that is Owen Carson. After Palmer hit the post, Owen Carson scores. That breaks up the NA run, makes it 10-5 with 3:40 left in the third.
North Allegheny has to stay aggressive on offense, even though they're up by 5. They need to stay aggressive because this Rambler team is not giving up. They're continuing to play tough. Ball into the middle to the right. That should have been an ejection, and it was. Camden Wright drew an ejection there. North Allegheny man up all alone in the corner.
Oh, and
Anthony Hollow.
Bounced in by Anthony Hollow, and it's now 11-5 North Allegheny. 3:17 remaining in the third.
So they did what they needed to do. Camden Wright drew the ejection, man up, and within a couple seconds, ball goes to the open man who alertly puts it in quickly. Anthony Hollow with the goal. Nicely done.
So for Anthony Hollow, that is his 6th goal of the year. And the younger brother of All-American goalie Jacob Hollow, who also played at Gannon University.
Number 25 for the Tigers just ejected, Anthony Spino. Triss trying to play a little tight on defense. He doesn't have to be on that man that tight. Give him a little bit of room to move, but stay in that passing lane. That's not an auto. some of the that should have been off the bottom, and it was North Allegheny's ball. Some of the parents up here think they can be refs also, and you know, I've tried a couple times tonight, so it's a natural inclination in this game, as it is with all games that are called like this, basketball.
And there are certain nuances of the sport that some folks don't realize.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, in this pool, out of bounds is not until the ball actually goes up on the deck. It can bounce off the side and not be out of bounds.
Cathedral Prep in possession. 2:14 remaining. Ejection on North Allegheny, as this will send Shrikar Kukamani.
Shrikar just played a little tight. He's an aggressive, strong, fit young man, but...
Shot stopped.
Beautiful.
Again by Stefanko. He's made a number of top shelf saves. This one on Callum Snyder Mills.
I'm not sure how he made that save. He was not into position. The ball clearly was going to go in, and somehow he got across that net and stopped it. Beautiful save. Oh, we got Camden Wright. Oh, beautiful pass. Nice. Oh, that should be an ejection. There it is. Camden Wright just drew another ejection. North Allegheny with a man up.
And timeouts for North Allegheny.
Grant Regal did a beautiful job putting the ball right where it should have been. He was looking to get it into Camden. The left side defense collapsed in, and he alertly put it out to the wing. Defense came back out, ball back in. Camden draws ejection. Now North Allegheny has a man up with an 11-5 lead. Timeout.
And 1:38 remaining on the third quarter clock. So in this third, Camden Wright scored his 4th of the night with 6:22 remaining. Brady Palmer answered for Cathedral Prep. In fact, that had broken up at that point, a 6-0 run by NA. Then Anthony Hollow with a goal with 3:17 remaining in the third brings us to our current 11-5 lead. But Grant Regal and Camden Wright both with 4 goals tonight. And that was the duo that really sparked the score from going from 4-4 to 10-4 to the early stages of the third.
Grant has had a number of what I could best describe as no-look passes, spot on, and the Prep defense just is unable to follow that. And Grant, after playing not so well early, getting kicked out twice, has been very aggressive, has been in the water the whole time, and is playing as if he has no ejections. He's doing a beautiful job, as in Camden really now starting to take command of that center hole position, which is now causing Prep to have to collapse in to stop him, which now allows North Allegheny to have some open shots from the perimeter. And so right now North Allegheny is really starting to take command of this game. Their passing is much cleaner now. They're starting to hit open men. They're causing Prep to make adjustments that they don't want to make, and hence they've now opened up a 6-goal lead.
The Tigers trying to continue what has been a pretty nice season so far. And out of the timeout, North Allegheny will possess.
Moving the ball nicely around the perimeter. The ball has not hit the water yet. And it did hit the water. It was after it got into the goal with a fastball by Grant Regal into the left side.
So Regal rifles in yet another, his 5th of the evening.
That goalie had no chance. The passing was crisp. Ball never hit the water. Grant found in a wide open goal on the left side. Now,
Camden Wright out in the center of the pool trying to defend. And after the initial whistle, Tigers with an errant pass from Cathedral Prep. It's gathered in by North Allegheny keeper Michael Stefanko.
A lot of white water in the middle there. North Allegheny ends up with the ball. North Allegheny now is running a 2-man hole set. Prep has not quite sure what to do with that. Camden with the ball into the set. Foul called.
Near side, Kurakowski hits the left post. Rebound left on the far side, but gathered in by Brady Palmer of Cathedral Prep.
The shot he tried to take simply wasn't open. And as big and as lanky as he is, and from point-blank range, he still had a chance at it, but a soft cross court would have been wide open all day. But those are just things he has to learn, that all kids have to learn.
Shot clock violation on Cathedral Prep. 12 seconds left in the third period.
North Allegheny with the ball, 10 seconds to go. They've got a chance here if they can get the ball down the pool.
Tigers lead by 7.
5 seconds.
Distance shot put forth by Regal, saved by Kubiak, and that'll end the third. North Allegheny still with the 7-goal lead, 12-5 in front, thanks to 5 goals tonight by Grant Regal. We'll step aside for a break on the NA Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
And we head to the fourth here at North Allegheny High School. Tigers and boys water polo holding a 12-5 lead over Cathedral Prep. North Allegheny outscoring the Ramblers 3-1 in the third period. And Grant Regal now up to 5 goals. Camden Wright has 4 to lead the way for North Allegheny. And some strong play in net from Michael Stefanko. Is things going well for the Tigers thus far? But Coach Corky Semler, what do you want to see from NA in this final period?
Well, I'd like to see them, number one, get some other players into the water. That will put them at a disadvantage, assuming that the Ramblers keep their top flight in. But I'd like to see some other kids get some playing time. But I'd like to see them continue pressuring and the passing really cleaned up in that second half, in that third quarter. And I'd like to see that good passing continue.
So North Allegheny again leading 12-5 as we enter the fourth. Three-time reigning Western Conference champions. And the Tigers last year went 18-4 with a third-place finish at States. That was the best finish since taking third place in 2018 for North Allegheny in boys water polo. As the ball pops into the arms of Owen Carson, and the Ramblers will begin with possession to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Damir Matanovic has developed this program into a bit of a powerhouse. They've been a top 5 team in the state of Pennsylvania for the last, now about 6 years now. Nice collapsing defense on North Allegheny, and stole the ball on the pass into the hole set. Stefanko with the ball, looking for somebody to spring open.
Stefanko will fire it to Mason Shantz on the near side. Center pool. Defended by Drew Brown. Now foul on Cathedral Prep as Mowry looks down low, and there's a goal for Callan Bunger. His 10th of the season. Bunger makes that 13-5 North Allegheny.
North Allegheny has shown they've got 2 or 3 guys that can play that hole set position, and they're big, strong guys, and they are having their way with the Prep defense in that position tonight.
Scoreboard operator tapped the goal the goal button twice, but it is 13-5 North Allegheny.
I didn't catch that. Nice catch, Randy.
Tigers have had a nice night, though.
Yes, they have. Cathedral played really strong through the first quarter and a half, and then as we observed, all of a sudden 4 straight goals, and now it appears to be a runaway. Although you remember most of the first half, and figure, golly, the game appears to be tighter than this. But North Allegheny is now having their way, and sloppy pass into the set there. The Cathedral Prep player tried a no-look pass and just overthrew, and easily captured by Stefanko to retain possession. North Allegheny ball, shooting at the shallow goal.
And Drew Brown's pass
Wide
off
open.
the mark is Grant Regal with his 6th of the night. And now it's 14-5 North Allegheny, 5:03 remaining in regulation.
Grant just sort of snuck in behind their defense here, and was just hanging out on the 2-meter line, and with wide open, nobody on the defense noticed him there, and it was an easy pass and an easy goal. Easy being relative, of course, in this sport that's it's extremely strenuous.
Chance for Cathedral Prep now. The kick-out pass by Carson, swinging around the near side. Drew Brown. Brown, who has a goal tonight.
Some good passing by Cathedral, trying to find the open man on the man up. Ball's moving left and right, trying to get that goalie to move.
And Stefanko does move, but he moves to make the save.
He does, but it was deflected out of bounds, so Cathedral Prep will have a new shot clock on the 2-meter, but the man up should be over now within just a couple seconds.
4:40 on the clock, and that shot went off the left hand of Stefanko off the far post and then trickles in, as it's now 14-6. Cathedral Prep trimming North Allegheny's lead with 4:36 to play in the fourth.
Stefanko's arm was in the right place, but it just grazed off his arm and still made it into the goal.
Now 14-6 the score. And a turnover by North Allegheny will give the ball back to Prep.
Callan Bunger got a little too aggressive there on his offense and caused the turnover. North Allegheny sagging in, trying not to let the ball get in the middle. Prep trying some one-on-one. Over on the left side, North Allegheny, tight defense. Ball into the set.
Great save again by Stefanko as Callum Snyder-Mills on the doorstep is denied.
Ball got into the middle. The Prep player wrestled loose, had a wide open shot, and Stefanko was right there.
In front, Tigers. Oh, and a save by Kubiak. As down low was Bunger.
That ball was so wide open that I think Callan just relaxed just a little bit and didn't put the force onto the ball that he really needed, and the goalie was there. So well played by Cathedral goalie.
3:40 left in this one.
I am very impressed with the way Cathedral Prep has not given up. They are still playing strong, moving the ball well, really trying to keep. You know, they're playing this game as if it's tied at 6, or tied at 7, or tied somewhere.
Stefanko makes that
save.
stop. That time on Brady Palmer. No, we were tied 4-4 early, but the Tigers went on a 6-0 run going into the early stages of the third quarter, and that's been the difference of the game. Pass low for Colin Troutman. He'll kick it out as an ejection on North Allegheny. Brown, near side, up to Palmer at the top right point. Right side, it's Owen Carson who's been busy tonight. And it sends it toward the NA net where Stefanko will gather it in.
Yeah, Ramblers trying to work the ball into the middle, not quite there. And a steal attempt by North Allegheny. They got a 6-on-5 here. If they can make it work, wide open, back out, and Ramblers defense is caught up.
Shot, and that hits the right post, but never crosses the goal line on the effort from Mowry.
John Mowry found himself open at 3 meters and just put it off the right, as you said, right post.
Score stays 14-6 as a result. 2:15 to go.
John, errant pass by Prep. North Allegheny has the ball. Oops, that should be an ejection right there.
Will be NA possession.
Yeah, North Allegheny was called to possession. Prep player did not hear the whistle and stayed with the ball. But that should have been an ejection on Prep. It doesn't matter whether they hear or not. There's no leeway there. Once that whistle goes off, the defense, it's their responsibility to know. And if they keep playing, even unknowingly, it's an ejection. And it was not called that time.
1:44 left. His possession.
Almost a steal by John Mowry.
Yeah, Mowry harassing Drew Brown. Brown forcing a pass into a double team, and that's quickly scooped away. Nice defense there by Matthew Woods.
Beautiful play. Managed to reach over the shoulder, steal the ball, and push it away. That is almost always a kick out. But he did it so cleanly that the refs had no call.
North Allegheny calls a timeout with 1:29 remaining in the fourth period, with the Tigers up 14-6. And talking about Matthew Woods, who made that nice defensive play, he was named to the 2022 All-Freshman team in Pennsylvania, also a USA Water Polo Academic All-American, and a Gold Division Junior Olympics team member the past 2 years. He is a sophomore, so bright future ahead for him.
Absolutely. He's playing this game year-round. He's one of the many Tiger starters that do not swim in the swimming team, but they've got a solid year-round program. These guys are in the water practicing water polo 11 months a year, and so what they don't have perhaps in swimming speed, they make up for in ball handling and passing and just knowledge of the game, because they are spending so much time in this sport.
Tigers with a 14-6 advantage.
I'm surprised to see Grant Regal back in the game. Minute and a half to play. Tigers firmly in control. Maybe they just want to see him get another goal. I can't tell. They're setting up a double set. Getting the ball into Grant.
And he scores. Grant Regal beats the defense and Christopher Reitz to make it 15-6 North Allegheny with 1:17 remaining.
So that's why they put him in. They wanted to give him a shot at that whole set to see what he could do in there. And now he's out and take a great, much-deserved break after scoring, 6 goals, Randy?
7.
7.
Big night for Regal.
Errant pass by Prep. Ball back to the goalie. North Allegheny in control with a little over a minute to play.
The Tigers really, after being involved in a battle back and forth in the early going, have taken command of this one. Shots off the hand of the keeper Kubiak by Shrikar Kukamani.
Shrikar was wide open, and the goalie made a nice play. And there's a shot by
Logan Purnell.
Yes, Logan, a great skip shot into the far corner.
That's his, for Purnell, that is his second goal of the year.
Second goal of the year for Logan. Well done.
That comes with 48 seconds remaining.
Well, we might have a steal here. Spino. Oh, no. Ball called against. Evidently there's a foul. Prep with the ball. 35 seconds to play, 20 on the shot clock.
Well, tipped and stolen. It's Matthew Woods again, and now he leads the race up the pool. One-on-one with the goalie, and great save by Kubiak.
Yeah, nice save by the prep goalie. Well done.
16 seconds left.
And this should be the last possession. Let's see if the Ramblers can put a goal in the last 9 seconds here. Goalie Kubiak hanging on to the ball. I think he needed to get that ball down the pool. Only 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They're not going to get a shot off, and the game is over.
So that'll do it. North Allegheny triumphant 16-6 in boys water polo to end the night. North Allegheny outscoring Cathedral Prep 4-1 in that final period. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, our Right Automotive Player of the Game on the North Allegheny Sports Network.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy, and you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
And we're back at the post game here on the North Allegheny Sports Network and our partners at the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And again, the storyline in this one, North Allegheny was tied 4-4 midway through the second period with Cathedral Prep, but then the Tigers scored 5 in a row to end the first half, added on another to start the second half, and really cruised from there en route to a 16-6 win. Grant Regal led with 7 goals. Camden Wright had 4 goals for North Allegheny this evening. And others getting into the mix, Logan Purnell, Callan Bunger, Anthony Hollow, Caden Kurakowski, Colton McCartney, all of which with goals tonight for North Allegheny. So well-rounded effort by NA, and also Michael Stefanko making some spectacular saves in net. So our selection tonight for Right Automotive Player of the Game is Grant Regal, as he scores 7 on the evening, and he made some plays in a variety of other ways, made some things happen in terms of distributing the possession to his teammates and just impacting the game in a variety of ways. So along with the 7 goals, Grant Regal, our Right Automotive Player of the Game.
and well-deserved. Honorable mention, Camden Wright was a force in the middle. He almost single-handedly forced the Prep defense to change what they were doing, which opened up some other guys to get some shots off. Michael Stefansko was just a wall in there on the goal. He made some stops that I was just totally amazed with. He seems to be in the right place at the right time. He has a great aptitude and attitude for the goalie position. He doesn't seem phased in there when pressure's on. He looks like he's having a good time at a very high level of play. So kudos to those two young men for having terrific games, in addition to Grant receiving the game of the Player of the Game honors.
Indeed, and North Allegheny now 7-4 on the year. Cathedral Prep will fall to 4-6 on the campaign. The Tigers will head up to Erie over the weekend on Saturday for part 2 of the Erie Challenge. That'll get started at 9:40 a.m. from Cathedral Prep High School. Although, even though the Tigers are going to Erie, unlikely that they'll face Cathedral Prep in that tournament. Usually they like to vary that up. But North Allegheny, nonetheless, impressive wins for both the girls and boys tonight, and they'll try to keep it rolling on Saturday at the second part of the Erie Challenge. Coach Corky Semler, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, it's truly an honor to share the booth with a true professional who absolutely just is well prepared and calls a good game, whether it's water polo, football, basketball. Randy, you're the consummate professional. It's an honor to work with you.
Well, it's a great honor for me to work with you as well, and I try to keep my nose above water in water polo, no pun intended, but it's always easy when I have somebody like you with me, North Allegheny Hall of Famer, WPIAL Hall of Famer, so it's great to have you with us. You make this broadcast so much better. So looking forward to many more in the swimming season ahead. So
yes.
The guys will be excited I recruited you for swimming for the year. So, but that'll do it for us tonight. For Coach Corky Semler, I'm Randy Gore. In boys water polo to cap the night, North Allegheny with a 16-6 win. In girls water polo, it was 11-4 Tigers earlier on this evening. So that'll do it for us tonight, and we look forward to talking with you again very soon right here on the North Allegheny Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
You have been listening to the North Allegheny Sports Network here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. For the lowdown on all the North Allegheny sports, log on to www.northallegheny.org. Or for all the WPIAL action, log on to tribhssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been a special presentation of the North Allegheny Sports Network and of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.